gods and goddesses in training, welcome back to the channel. This is Primal Sutra, Uncle Makara, all relations. This is Ryan G, my business partner, my homie. And today we're talking about quantum wealth, the concept of quantum wealth. Let's talk about quantum wealth. So when we usually think about wealth, we think about it as something very tangible that we can have in our hands. However, quantum wealth is this idea of being able to tap into these invisible realms and access wealth through your imagination, as well as through different dimensions or different ways that you can see and perceive money. And we've been getting these abundance codes as soon as we've landed in New Zealand. On this island, it's been giving us many different epiphanies, downloads, I guess you could say. And yeah, we met up with Pete Kirkwood, who then was talking about this idea called Kota, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. And it's the idea of like paying what you want and the universe will handle the rest. So I think that's a very interesting way of going about your life, especially if you're like considering like how much should I charge or what should I be doing right now with my business. Like just get the ball rolling, right? Because as you start giving stuff for free, even you'll start noticing that there is this law of equivalent exchange of some sort that comes through. What do you think about that, Ryan?
I can see that.
Yeah,
I can see that. Because a vacuum gets created.
vacuum law, right?
Law of correspondence, a law of compensation.
Right.
Two could create a lot of positive ripples, and let's see how the magic manifests itself.
Right.
Other than that, you cannot be worried about your compensation. You're just there to do a job and survive well.
Survive well, absolutely. And what would you say to people who are, you know, second guessing themselves or like with their own finances and things like this?
Flip a coin.
Flip a coin, what do you mean?
Like, if you can make a choice and you have to choose between two choices, flip a fucking coin.
You heard it. Okay. Flip
Because
a coin, bro.
success requires speed,
Yeah.
and if it fails, let it fail fast, so that you at least know within a short period
Yeah.
the
What
shorter
works,
better.
what doesn't.
What works, what doesn't.
Yeah.
Because while you're fucking yourself over and hesitating, the world keeps spinning.
To somebody who's really struggling with balancing out the metaphysical world of spirituality with the physical world, what would you say to them?
Make a choice. You can't be good of both at the same time. You must master one way before mastering the other. And I would even say master the material life first, or at least get a stable life.
Yeah.
Because you cannot be super spiritual and be an absolute bum. It doesn't make sense. You cannot be rich from the inside and not take care of yourself from the outside. It doesn't work like that. You need a healthy body to be able to manifest well. You need to have a healthy mind to be able to manifest well. You need to have a healthy soul to be able to manifest well. You need to be able to clean your environment to be able to manifest well. Be unlimited. After he takes the pill,
Limitless, yeah.
limitless, right? He takes a pill, and the first thing he does is he cleans up his life.
Right.
He gets a haircut, he gets proper clothes, he makes himself feel good about himself, and then he gets spiritual.
Right.
Then he handles business, because if the home front is basically a garbage dump, what the fuck does it matter that you're hyper spiritual or whatever?
Right.
That's my answer.
Right, yeah, and the Limitless movie is a very good example because in Limitless, he's basically changing his vibration through the pill, of course, but it's also, you know, the greatest pill is already in your brain, so you might as well activate it.
Yeah.
And if you can access the flow state, I mean, and live in the zone, that's a way better mentality than trying to access the state very minimally or temporarily, like in certain moments. Like, at least the way I see it is like, we had this download yesterday about breakdancing. So it's called breakdance, right? So you stop and then you start.
Yeah.
So even in the break, it's part of the dance still. So as you're slowing the movements down, it's still a part of the same rhythm. And Ryan G was saying, like, when you're dancing kazumba or whatever, like, there's 4 beats, 8 beats.
Most style of dancing that I know, especially Latin, is like, there's always an 8 beats.
Yeah.
But you tend to dance on different rhythms. Like a 2 beat is very fast, a 4 beat is more sensual, and an 8 beat tends to be very sexual, very deliberately slow and intimate.
I see. Yeah, so the slower you go, the more intimate or deeper you dive in a way. Interesting, man. Kind of like life. Straight up. But yeah, if you're trying to access this quantum wealth and you've tried all these like law of attraction seminars and you've tried to, you know, reach out to different coaches and you haven't been really getting that ascension fuel, like that energy of actually like creating things and putting it out there, and it's time to start moving and getting the ball rolling again. It's essentially what we're telling you, because the wealth is out there, right? In the quantum, it's instantaneous, it's already there. However, you keep telling yourself all of these stories that, yeah, I'll get it by Wednesday, or, you know, oh yeah, that won't work for me. And what I have to say on that is that's just not true, you know, because you can be like that and you can decide to change your character. It's a decision. So if you imagine, like, if you were maxed out in your wealth, right? Like if you just had, if tomorrow you just had $1 million in your bank account, okay? What would be the first thing that you would do? I asked Ryan G this question yesterday, and he said, I would just rest and sleep. I would probably have the best sleep ever, right? Yeah. Because, working hard for the money, you understand.
I would go 2,000% on self-care. Yeah. Just go fucking nuts with it.
Yeah, which makes perfect sense, because with that self-care, you're probably going to get more money because you feel so good.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's the thing. If you're rich and you don't feel good, something's up.
Something is up, yeah. And a lot of people, they sell their souls for money and all fame and all this kind of stuff, and that's when the quantum wealth actually works against you, because it's like if you have these negative distortions about money, like money is the root of all evil, like, you know, money can only be made through illegal ways if you want fast money, like all of these just weird ideas and culture and movies and things that you've seen and in your own conditioning, or maybe even like conversations at the dinner table, you know, when you grew up with family, they said things like, we can't afford this, or, you know, that they were talking about bills getting paid and how we need to, you know, pay for your education and stuff like this. So all of that is in your subconscious now, but it's how you choose to write the narrative of your reality now that's actually going to benefit you.
Context is king.
Context is king, not content. So as we're driving down, let me just show you guys. Let me flip the screen. This is the view that we have right now. We're in News Island, and we're headed to a festival right now, right, Ryan G? And I'm gonna collaborate with some people, network.
Look at that.
And oh yeah, perfect. If you're the type of spiritual person who's like not making money, and you're like the starving artist archetype, and you're sort of like in that spiritual loop, I would definitely say get some structure. And
I want to say something about that.
Yeah,
there's nobility when it comes to being a starving artist. It's there's something to that, but it should be an era, not a lifetime. It should be an era, not a lifetime. When it's time to starve, okay. That's what 50 Cent said. You got fat while I was hungry. You got fat while I worked for where I am today, so that me and my people don't have to starve. When I make money, everybody makes money, and that's what I'm going for.
That's amazing.
It's always, here's the thing, you don't have to be a victim of the starving artist mindset, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
But we all need to starve in order to appreciate what it was to eat good. Same thing with a blocked nose. You will appreciate a non-stuffy nose compared to when you have a
Yeah.
Stuff knows. That's how I see it.
If you've come from a rags to riches story, you value wealth that much more because you know how hard you had to work to get there. And I think there's certain individuals where they understand, they know what works, but some people like to pretend and like kind of stay in that in-between area where they're not really, doubling down on certain things. Like, let's say that you're balding as a man and your hairline is going all the way back. Why don't you just
shave it off?
Bro, why don't you shave that shit, right? Like, why are you
I mean,
maintaining?
the most famous porn star has a shaven head. He plays every fucking role. Doctor, astronaut,
Or get a hair transplant if you want, if you go to Turkey or whatever. But still, it's like,
I wouldn't trust it, but yeah, you're alive, fuck it.
But still, like, do something about your life, Don't just let it sit and simmer in the gunk, in the darkness,
Yeah.
That's not going to make you wealthy. I think inner wealth, the code here that we're getting, at least on this island, is wealth is all around you, and you just have to tap into the right kind of vibration and just keep maintaining that.
Yeah.
Because it's all about possibility.
Yeah.
If you guys have any questions for us, we are Primal Sutra, so just send us a message. And if you want to work with us 2-on-1, we do very in-depth sessions with you guys. So we're going to clear all that emotional gunk. If you have issues around money too, any money blocks, or we've helped a couple of people with that as well.
Yeah.
So definitely get rooted again, get grounded again. Spirituality isn't this fluffy in the clouds type of thing, man. We really believe it's about...
there's a time for fluffiness. And
there is a time for it, absolutely, but we're all about
it's great
creating
when
a foundation.
Yeah, it's
Start
great
with the
when
basics.
you're doing R&R, rest and recovery, and you're making it all fluffy or whatever, or feel good.
Yeah.
But when it's time to do work, bro, fucking take off the rope. Time to get the Timberlands on. Get to work.
Get the job done.
When there's weeds in the garden and you have a rose garden, it's time to remove the weeds.
Right.
It takes commitment, it takes dedication,